So Dr. Brown is going to lead how to set up motivations. Okay, yeah, maybe next few minutes.
The most beneficial motivation that we can have for spiritual practice is is the heart and the heart and soul of the Kadampa Center, and we have all kinds of names for it, like bodhicitta, the awakening mind, the mind of enlightenment, and so forth. But what it boils down to is like it's like kind of like winning the lottery. There's this attitude that's so antithetical. It's not how we normally think. We don't think based on pure loving, pure compassion that we're going to dedicate our spiritual evolution, our quest for to be fully enlightened, or to be to experience our full human potential in order to help others. That's not a default mode for our mind. Our mind is usually motivated by self-interest, and so we really have to make an effort to develop this mind. It's not easy, and Geshe has said many times, and it is true that this is not particularly Buddhism in general. Is most of the main principles, compassion, loving kindness, respect, and so on, are not Buddhist concepts, but in fact Buddhism has great methods to develop these, and has teachers and practitioners who actually manifest these qualities, and that's a special gift that is helpful for those of us that are trying to develop these attitudes of mind. So we'll start out with just a few minutes of breathing meditation, focusing on the experience of breathing, and you can focus on your heart as you breathe in and out. You can count silently, and I'll count out loud, but just the point is to focus the mind, bring it to one point. So you can breathe in 1, and out 2, in 3, and out 4, in 5, and out 6, in 7, and out 8, in 9, and out 10, and the mind has a tendency to wander, but we simply bring it back when we're doing these kinds of practices. And again, today we want to what we want to achieve is literally like winning the lottery, developing this most powerful motivation for spiritual practice. That's very the heart and soul of Mahayana Tibetan Buddhism. We want that lottery ticket, but we have to work. We have to set up the causes for it. We have to create the causes for that. And so part of that is develop an equanimous state of mind where we're not squeezing so hard to the friends, the people that we adore and that we consider our friends, and we're not feeling aversion and anger and all kinds of negativity toward the people that we label as undesirable enemy. And we're not so indifferent toward the strangers, which is the vast majority of people. So there's no way to develop universal compassion without having an equanimous state of mind toward all universal living beings. Good. So we just open our mind to this possibility, and that we can recognize something very powerful and intimate about each other and about all beings, is that everybody wants to be happy. Happy? What is happy? This is what Geshe talked about last week. It's not just the words, may you be happy. It's much more than that. It's a feeling of joy, of inner peace, of tranquility. All of us want that lasting happiness, not just the excitement of a roller coaster ride, but we want something much more profound, deep, and lasting. That's the happiness that all of us want, without exception, and all of us want to be free from suffering, and we know what that means. It's everywhere. It's pervasive. And it's not just broken bones and stressed out and depressed. It's much deeper than that, much more profound than that. It's that we're never, ever, ever, ever satisfied with what we have, and problems just keep coming. It's the human condition. So we all want happiness, and we all want to be free from suffering. Something we know very intimate about each other. The person sitting next to you, the person you dislike, the people you like. All living beings, even insects, animals, all living beings want to be happy, don't want to suffer. And we're all exactly equal in wanting that. And then we reflect briefly on the fact that the biggest problem we have is selfish self-centeredness, this me, I. I'm the most important one. And we can see when we reflect that all the negative actions of body, speech, and mind are predicated. They're based on this self-centered mind. Killing, stealing, adultery, lying, slander, harsh, frivolous talk, greed, hatred, ignorance, and 84,000 delusions. They're all based on selfish self-centeredness, our biggest enemy. And it dwells in our heart. It's not out there. And the cause of happiness is the opposite of self-centeredness, which is cherishing others. Cherishing others, wishing others to be happy and have its causes. And so we can do a brief meditation called, sometimes we call it Tonglen, taking and giving, giving and taking. But basically, imagine somebody that you know is suffering right now, a real person, not just an imaginary one. And think in your mind, compassion is not a thought. we use the word, may ye be free of suffering, but that's not compassion. Compassion is that feeling in your heart, that literally quivers and wishes to take action to alleviate suffering. And we use the word, may ye be free of suffering, but that's not what compassion is. It's an experience that we're looking for. So you think of this person, may you be, and think silently, but may you be free of suffering. And then think, may you have happiness. And happiness here is not excitement necessarily, although that can give some temporary happiness, but it's much deeper. It's like, may you be free, may you be safe, may you have a happy mind, may you be healthy, may you live with ease, may you have that kind of deep and lasting happiness in your mind. So we think again, may you be free of suffering, and may you live with ease. So we're taking away their suffering. That's compassion. And we're wishing them happiness. That's loving kindness. So we work with that for just a minute with somebody that's clearly suffering. And once we have some little taste of what this is about, then we expand the scope of our practice to include all universal living beings. May they have happiness and be free of suffering. And then the attitude that we're aiming for, the lottery ticket that we can get, it's based on this notion that I'm responsible. I take personal responsibility for the happiness, not only of my own happiness, but of all living beings. It's a very magnanimous, really big attitude that not everybody's ready to take that one on. And if you're not, it's okay. But this is the attitude of a true spiritual warrior, a Bodhi, so-called Bodhisattva. This big wish to liberate everybody, not just ourselves. And then bodhicitta is we commit ourselves to developing our potentials, eliminating our faults, becoming what we call enlightened. To the degree that we can make progress in that direction, we aim for supreme enlightenment, supreme happiness, supreme compassion, loving kindness, fully developed potentials, so we can help others. The goal is to help others. The method is to develop our heart and mind. And with that motivation, in our heart, we can listen to Geshe's teachings this morning and go about our day, go about our life, and make it most meaningful. So we'll bring your attention back in the room.
Turn to page 34. And if you have the white binder, turn to the first page that's titled Kadampa Center Prayers. And we'll start with Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times. Te ata om mune mune maha mune yisoha. Te ata om mune mune maha mune yisoha. Te ata om mune mune maha mune yisoha. Then Medicine Buddha stanza and mantra. If you have the white binders on the blue sheet. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispeller of disease and the three poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis lazuli. So let's chant this 7 times. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Now the 4 measurables in English 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. Now turn to page 37. And let's chant the 2 mantras at the bottom of the page. Chenrezig's mantra 8 times, and Chenrezig is the embodiment of all the Buddha's great compassion and wisdom. And then Green Tara's mantra 7 times, and she's the deity of enlightened activity. Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. 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 Om taritu taritu re soha. 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 Thank you. The children are welcome to go to their classes.
What do you say? Please, would you mind to take maybe 1 minute to introduce to yourself to each other?
John Brown. Nice to meet you. Hey, John Brown. Lots of Tibetan names. Chip. It was one of Lama. Oh, Gampoa.
Gomboa.
Gampapa or Gampoa?
Gomboa.
Gampoa.
That means one of the name of the Kadampa master, Gomboa.
Yeah, that's where Lama Zopa gave me.
Oh, Tunde Gomboa. That's really reincarnation.
That kind of thing.
Reincarnation.
What?
Reincarnation of Kadampa master, Gomboa. Just wake up. Please keep talking. It's good for me. It's very good for me. Yeah. Today's topic. Today's topic. So now we come up with the topics. Every Sunday, different topics. Okay. So today's topic is like leisure and fortune. Leisure and fortune. So maybe I'll say a few words. So then maybe some kind of discussions. So now what Dr. Brown said, while he during the setting of motivation. So was very true. Being kind to each other, that's most important things, anything else. That's the most important thing, anything else. Being kind to each other, so very, very powerful word. Most important than anything else, If we manage to be kind to each other, then we don't need religions. We don't need religion. So, so it's very, very important. So being kind to each other. That's most important than anything else. Key. It's the key. It's the key for harmonious world, universe, society, community, family, or friendship, being kind to each other. And nothing to do with religion. So very important. So what happened? Just think about it. What happened? Just think about it. As a human, not as a Buddhist or Christian. As a human, just think about it. As a human, if you're being kind to one person, what happened? What's the result? What's the result? If we become mean to one person, what happened? If we become mean to our pet, cat or dog, what happened? It's been said repeatedly, many times, not just one time, many times, how to because kindness heals. See, kindness brings all your dream into reality. All your wishes will be fulfilled. The power of kindness. So now you look around, American, Tibetan, Asian, this all His Holiness said, so much emphasis has been put on secondary levels, differences. Fundamentally, we are all human. We are part of the human society, human family. So that needs to be emphasized all the time, human. What I want, what I'm looking for, happiness. Every second, every moment, minute I open my eyes, I'm looking for happiness. every second, every moment, I'm trying to avoid the slightest cheesecake. Trying to avoid, not trying to avoid, slightest cheesecake. So every second, every moment, trying to avoid slightest difficulties. On that base, no differences. Same. You don't have extra reason to be happy. Same. Do we really understand that or not? Does it mean something? Or is just a word? Does it mean something? That's the fundament. That's the foundation for happiness. That's the foundations. Christian, Buddhist, atheist, white, black, yellow, brown. No, everybody looking for happiness. The bird in your backyard looking for happiness. Squirrel in your backyard looking for happiness. Do we understand that or not? That's a fundamental question. Do we understand? Or do you think that you are the only one who is looking for happiness? Do you really believe that? So that's the fundamental question that we need to ask. Do we really understand? Does it mean something? So many obstacles. So many obstacles, kind of like, how you say, cloud our mind to see that. See. We are fully capable to protect our peace of mind. We are fully capable, equally, fully capable to develop the deeper understanding of our connection with each other. So many obstacles comes in so many obstacles occur. Then that cloud our mind. See, you plan to go to shopping mall, or you go to shopping mall, all of a sudden you get in a fight. Driving together, looking to buy a house, all of a sudden you get fight. Going to very expensive vacation, then you fight there. Yeah, so many obstacles, not just you, for me, so many obstacles. Every day there are so many obstacles. If we don't think very carefully, that very easily we could destroy our happiness like this, for no reason, for not good reason. So let me say, let me quote one quotation from Shantideva, Guide to Buddhist Way of Life. That text has been taught around 8th centuries by Master Shantideva. Dunga torde semyeja dunga nila ngomba joso. Dunga torde semyeja dungal problem. Dungal. Sometimes they translate into suffering. Suffering. It's more like problem. Dungal is problem. Complications. Complications. See, complications. Filled with the complications. Everything comes with the complications. No, hair comes with the complications. So much complications. Having hair is the problem. Not having hair is the problem. No matter what you do, there's some kind of problems. No matter. Complication. Everything, everything is complication. What is that? That is nature of samsara. That's what it is, nature of samsara. If you really sick of that, what you should do? You should seek liberations. That's what you should do. Seek liberations. There is free of complications. So it's beyond samsara, liberations. That's probably too hard to think about. Maybe how of a day-to-day life, yeah. So then there is also a way to minimize day-to-day life complications. What they require profound thinking. That's the only way to go, profound thinking. Besides that, doing stuff doesn't minimize complication. Doing stuff. See? So need to understand that nothing, vacation, going to Machu Picchu, all the way to Peru, all of that, don't expect it's going to be perfect. No, it's not going to be perfect. There will be complications. There will be complications. Need to understand. Make sure it doesn't become shock right from the beginning. There you are fully aware that doesn't bring satisfaction. So you know that very clearly. So then you enjoy as much as you can. Meanwhile, you have to understand it does not bring satisfactions. Satisfaction is not the result of doing stuff. That's not the result of satisfaction. Satisfaction is not the result of doing stuff. It's the result of profound thinking. Brings satisfaction. Profound thinking brings satisfaction. Even though you live in mountain, in Himalayan, middle of nowhere, your heart is filled with joy, and you satisfy, you content. You could be living in like $1 million mansions, zero satisfactions, zero contentment. It happens. You see, it's not just reading the book. You see, people has nice job, nice career. Take their life. Why? Tons of money, good job. Why? All my friends here, including myself, very important. The satisfaction is the result of profound thinking. That's what it is. It's not like the result of doing stuff. Does not mean you should not do stuff. Of course, you should go to beach. You should listen to music. You should dance. If you know how to dance, I don't know how to dance. So. There's nothing wrong. So the Tibetan dance, so they move their hand very, they are what do you call it? Sleep. It's very long. So they somehow, so then they move their body and the hand, the leg, and everything so slowly. In the beginning, of course, at the end it becomes kind of excited and move very fast. So in my hometown, there's one guy, he's like, I think like mid-70 or getting close to 80. So he take care, we have small monastery in my village. That's where all the local people go, like similar like church. So he's the caretaker of the Gomba. So then each time when I visit there, so I always give him some money to help him. So then we are just chatting, so going around the monastery, not really talking about Dharma, just chatting. And he said, now he told me now it's kind of times like kind of degenerating. Then I said, why? So now he said, just look at the way people dance. I said, what about dance? He said, so now even in my village, people they go like probably like, I'm not sure how they do that. And it's like in Tibet, that's when you get beaten by, how is it, lice? Then you then you scratch. It's not really dance, it's like, what do you do like this, that. That's what we do in Tibet when you get itchy by lice. So then Rand's like, no, you need to do like, no, like all. So anyway, so the perception, that's perception. So that's not the point. The point is, like, so all these things, there's a result of your positive karma. There you have access to park, access to music, access to like, there are all kind of things. Yeah, of course you should enjoy. Why not? You should enjoy. You can. Yeah, you must enjoy. But same time, it's very, very important to understand that does not bring satisfaction. You need to understand very clearly. You need to understand very clearly. Does not bring satisfaction. Does not mean you should not enjoy. Of course, enjoy. But right from the beginning, you need to understand it doesn't bring satisfaction. Satisfaction is the result of profound thinking. That's what it is. It's not the result of doing things. If it's the result of doing things, then every single person in America should be satisfied. What thing you don't do? You go to water, so many things that you do in water we have no clue or no idea how to do. And you climb mountains, and you jump off the mountains, jump off the airplanes. All kinds of things you do. Anything that exists in the planet, that you do all of them pretty much. So they now see. If the doing stuff brings satisfaction, then American people should be the first one to be satisfied, completely satisfied. Look at the size of the supermarket. Unbelievable, like variety of just chocolate. then chips, not just chocolate, chips. Cereal, see, cereal. How many of them? Yogurt, yogurt, cheese. Every single item has like probably at least 20 different stuff, 20 different kind. That's good. That's the result of your positive karma. There's nothing wrong. There's a result of positive karma. Some country has no access to food, but does not bring satisfactions. You could buy like $1,000, $3,000 leather couch, get some kind of excited, but need to understand that comes with the complication. Not just that, does not bring satisfactions. So what brings satisfactions? Being kind to each other. Compassion. Compassion. Someday Chishis. Single-pointed meditations makes your mind calm and peaceful. Concentration or single-pointed meditations make your mind calm and peaceful. Wisdom liberates. Not just some kind of belief. No. In order to achieve liberation or freedom from complication, problems, what do you need? You need wisdom. You need to use your brain. Analyze. That's how you achieve liberations, not just by simple kind of like belief or something. No. Need wisdom. So to make your mind calm, peaceful, what do you need to do? What we need to do? Concentrate. Develop your single-pointed concentrations. Concentrate on one single object. That's the way to make your mind calm and peaceful. Wisdom liberates. Someday she said, Ningje. That's compassion. Ningje is compassion. Compassion. Tibetan word, Ningje, compassion. Tön means needs. Kun means all. Drup means achieve. I did not make this up last night. No, I did not make this up. Who said, Nagarjuna, Indian master Nagarjuna said, how many years ago? Probably 1,000 years ago. Nagarjuna was born when Buddha went to Parinirvana. After 900 years, then Nagarjuna was born. So then probably after a couple of years after that, probably he composed this text called Ratnavali, Precious Garland. Precious Garland? The text, if you look at the text, you'll find this. I did not make it up. In that, when the text describes the six perfections, practice of six perfections, in the very end, compassion brings all your needs. All your needs will be accomplished due to the power of compassion. Oh. It is like the fire that burn chamji mi shedang pushing says. Shedang. Oh, shedang is like anger. Anger is like a log with the fire. Log with the fire. So log. That's how you say? No, log. That's how you pronounce log, or maybe downtown, like downtown. That's how you pronounce downtown? Downtown. So I used to say downtown, nobody understands. So then Papa Dada Brown told me, no, it's a downtown. So the downtown. It was a log, which has log with fire. Log on fire, that's hatred. Anger, that's hatred, anger. Oh. No, sorry. Not the log with log on fire. No log on fire, just log. So that's anger. Okay, that symbolizes anger or hatred. Compassion is like fire. The fire will burn that wood, that log or wood. Chamje mi shedang pushing sex. Oh. So as I said, as Dr. Brown said in the beginning of the class, it's not easy. Nothing is easy. Making pizza is not easy. It requires some work. Please don't expect something will take automatically. No. Everything, like it requires some effort. Oh. So, being, as I mentioned, begin the class, being kind is very easy word, being kind. But practically it's not that easy. Being kind to each other does require some deeper knowledge why you have to be kind. Because it brings happiness. That's all. It brings happiness. But then the Dr. Brown said, happiness is not like some kind of excitement. No. Because why? Because that's positive thought. That's what is necessary. Positive thought. Therefore, this topic, leisure and fortune. So, and that's like topic is about, according to Buddhism, there's like precious human life. So please, maybe if there's sometimes, so maybe divide the group, then talk about. So that's the kind of meditation as a Buddhist you are supposed to do every day when you wake up, to try to find something to be grateful for something to be happy, rather than finding something that makes you miserable. That's not the best way to start your day. So when you wake up, then you focus on precious human life. Where? Here, right here. This is precious. Do I see that? No. Therefore, you need to train. Oh, precious human life, Precious. Why? You can, then you has a, look at all the kind people, Look, all the kind of people. You know. For example, Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa. Look at the kind of people. You know, like how many millions of heart can be touched, not just touched, deeply touched by one individual beings. That person has 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs, same like us. What's different? Because they're profound understanding how to be happy while you're alive. Oh, how to be happy. Being kind to others, being kind. What you can expect from those people? Nothing. Nothing. They have no money. They have no power. They have no educations. They're just lying on the street. That's what they are. What you can expect? Nothing. What you get, but you get something that has no price. There's no price. So it's not like this is written in the book like out of 8th century. No, that happened in our lifetime. That happened in our lifetime. One woman. So these people knows exactly how to be happy, or how to be happy, how to be content, how to be happy. They knows very well. So, see, unbelievable, you know, like one human beings. Is it because of body? No, because we have same body. Not because of body, because the power of the mind cannot be underestimated. Because of the power of the mind. Always think something positive. Always. Then slowly, you become kind of familiar. Then even though you encounter some kind of difficulties, you don't lose your positive mindset. You still manage to think something positive. So that's wonderful. If this room, everybody thinks something positive. Everybody understands, oh, look at Geshe Gelek, he's looking for happiness. Or look at that, Thomas is looking for happiness. The best to become part of that, if not at least restraining, become obstacles for that happiness. Oh. That's all we've been talking. That's all I've been talking about last almost 20 years now. 20 years. I'm not like thinking, oh, how many people become Buddhists. That's not my goal. My goal is that we all should understand what is most important is kindness, loving kindness, compassion. That guarantee happiness. If you manage to develop, that will guarantee happiness. Sitting on $1,000 couch doesn't guarantee happiness. You know, I know, we all know. Oh, going to vacation, doesn't guarantee happiness. Oh, you go to a very expensive vacation, when you get there, then you fight. You know, so many things could go wrong. And that's very little, you have very little control. So now probably divide the group, so then please talk about this, you know, like fortune and leisure. This like technical term called tarje. 8 freedoms. Then 10 richness. That's how the precious human life is been described. That's how the precious human life is been described in Lamrim teachings, based on 8 freedom and 10 richness. So then based on that, that's the basis. There's the base to understand that this life is very precious. So that's very important. Okay, so then please divide the group, maybe discuss a little bit. You like the divide group or no? Huh? Yeah, it gives you time to talk. It gives me a break too. Maybe Chukwu, like you can also help the group. Maybe someone will help the group. Some group. Or you can say your prayers.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah. So does anyone have anything they want to share from their group, something that stood out or that they think other people might benefit from hearing?
No one wants to do it here. Yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about several things. We talked about the precious human life. We talked about happiness and what happiness is, how we define happiness. I think that we all agree that everybody truly wants to be happy, without a doubt. You know, even a terrorist wants to be happy, but it's how we define happiness that's the problem, right? So a terrorist thinks, well, happiness, if I can have the world my way, that will make me happy. And so therefore he does whatever he's going to do to get that happiness, right? And this is kind of how we are. We talked about precious human life, and I mentioned, you know, I really, really love my dog, right, Okami, but I would not want to trade places with my dog. I would not want to trade trade lives with my dog, simply because my dog is so dependent upon other people to find happiness, right? She's waiting for me to come home. She's waiting for a treat. All this kind of stuff makes her happy, right? So I want to. I think it was Don. It might have been Robbie, but I think it was Don. And when I did Discovering Buddhism class, he said he would say, "I'm so grateful that I woke up this morning without pause," you know. So that stuck with me. I'm so grateful that I have these hands, right? I have these hands that I can shake other people's hands. I have these arms, I can embrace someone, right? I'm so grateful that I have this mind that I can actually think about these things and be able to actually think differently and do differently. So it's kind of like what we talked about, right? Did I hit it all? All right, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about my question I had about folks that are sensory personalities that try meditation and try Buddhism, and that didn't work for me. And I'm like, well, what do you say to them? And Don, of course, yes, was like, well, Sharon Salzberg said something, but just do the practice and the results they should come. I mean, because the nervous system works certain ways. So the precious human life. I mean, they were born human, right? So they did something right before, right? So just do the practice because it's right, and the results you're going to see them. You're going to feel it. You're going to get the satisfaction. Because anyway, that was good. Thank you.
One other thing I thought about is that if somebody offered you $200 million or $1 billion for your life, you wouldn't take it. I don't think. I don't think, it's priceless, right? Human life is priceless, but I don't think we all live that way. Like our lives are precious and priceless. And so, when in this particular context at a Buddhist center, our human life is precious because we are free from all of these impediments that hold us back, like being demented and not being able to practice because we're in a political situation that would suppress us and so on. And we have all of our faculties, and then we've met the teachings and the teachers, and we have freedoms and we have time to practice and blah, blah, blah. All these things sound great. It's precious because we can use this life to develop our qualities and eliminate our faults. That's the take-home message, I think. But if we don't have any experience of the teachings, if we've never practiced, this doesn't mean anything. If you hear these words, but you've never done the practice, you've never experienced any relief from your anger or your fear or your depression, you've never done anything to experience the benefits of it, then you wouldn't feel it as precious. So I think it all comes back to what you were talking about practice. We do the work, we give it a chance, and the Dalai Lama says, don't look at your practice in terms of days or weeks or even months, but look at it like, how am I today, 5 years from, versus a year, day one? I mean, how it takes a long time to benefit, but what else is there to do? I mean, other than just to wallow in our samsaric pleasures, which are fun, but they don't last. They always leave us wanting more.
Looking at it maybe in another way as to why we would consider our life as precious. We were discussing that to the world, not to us, but to the world, why is our life precious? Okay? If we're trying to bring peace and happiness to all sentient beings, I liken it like to the rain to a farmer in the Midwest. That's not just rain, it's precious. It grows the crops. The sun grows the crops. If we're evolving towards bodhicitta, if we're evolving towards Buddha, we're precious. We're the rain. We're the sunshine. We're precious to all sentient beings around us. The other idea that we just took a stab at is Donna asked, well, what about a cockroach, a bug? How could they consider themselves to be precious? And I know for me, they became part of my practice because I used to think about stepping on them until I came here and started cleaning the kitchen back there. And then I started giving them names. Although we all found out they'll all answer to the name Fred. But that was precious to me because I'm not looking to step on a piece of sentient life now. I'm looking at it as another life, no different than me. Before it didn't have a name, now it does. So the preciousness, I think, might not only just be how we value, but is our life precious where we are, in the world we're in, with the contribution we're making? Are we raining down to make the crops grow? Are we putting sunshine on the crops? And that creates our preciousness. Just another way to look at it.
Two questions, so probably I'm going to read next Sunday. I will read every question, so maybe next Sunday. So just want to share, like the wonderful, result of the discussion. So, so yeah, see ourselves like rain, sunshine. So what Shantideva said, you can read that book. Maybe you don't need to buy. You can probably borrow it. That's in a book. It's called Guide to Buddhist Way of Life. So that book, you can read. You don't have to read like begin to eat. You can just read randomly. Me tula, ten dunga chuo cheletos. Me too. Me means human. Tibetan called me is human. True is a boat. Boat. How you say boat? Understand? Okay. But if you don't understand, raise your hand. So there's many people that will help. Me too. This like consider as a boat or sunshine or rain, something important. Me tula ten dunga chuo cheletos. As I said, dungal in Sanskrit was called tuka. Dungao, then sometimes the way the translation in English called suffering, So as said many times, it's very important. Suffering in Buddhism does not mean pain. It simply means complications, problem. That's what it means, problems. Dunga chuo. So the complication is like vast lake, big lake or creek. So boat. If you see this is a boat, what you do, you sail. Don't just sit around and think, oh, maybe there will be another boat. May not be another boat. It's better to sail now. That's what Shantideva said. I just want to share this with you. Me tula tene dunga chuo chele tos. Tuni chini nye kaves. This boat is not easy to find. Don't just think that, oh, yeah, there will be another boat. Maybe it's not true. No, it's difficult to find. Tuni chini nye kaves. Mongbe tizu nye ma los. Nye means no sleep. So that part does not literally mean sleep, but means like if you're overwhelmed by a problem, don't just sit around and to think, become boat. So then I read somewhere, it's not in the Guide to Buddhist Way of Life, I read somewhere, say surfer. The wave, they use for their own benefit, wave. It's dangerous, but they use for their own benefit. So becoming server, probably is not easy. So I never surfed. I have no experience. I have zero experience surfing. So I could get my belly on the surfer boat and just go like this, pretty much it. So long time ago, we are doing mandala in Winston-Salem. One young guy, he's coming there every single day, sitting all day long. Turns out that he's like professional surfer. Took all the monks. Nobody has any idea what surfing is. He wants to take all the monks to the oceans to surf. So now yeah, you have wished to surf like him, but that requires practice. So what you do, you just sit there, and that I didn't go, so that all the other monks, they went with their stomach on the boat. Like this, even the wave come, they are even just forget about surfing, but they're just under the water with the boat. So he's running here, running there. So becoming server, seeing your life as a server, or seeing your life as a boat, and seeing your life as a rain, and seeing your life as a sunshine, or like that, So, do you see your lives meaningful? Yeah. So that's what we should think. Think something positive about your life. So when you start to see your life as precious, then you see every life is precious. Every life, regardless, Christian, Buddhist, atheist, every life is precious. Every life is precious. What you should care is they are looking for happiness. That's what you should think. Not like, oh, they are Christian, they are Buddhist. No. Why? Doesn't make sense. Why? Why you fight? Why you fight based on your culture, tradition, belief? Why you fight? It means to produce more happiness. It's very unfortunate. It's very, 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 very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. What everybody should think, I'm going to say it again, what everybody should think, what is the most important things on this planet is being kind to each other. That's all. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all. If you be kind to each other, so then there will be harmonious atmosphere. Everybody will enjoy. Everybody will enjoy. So that's very, very important to understand. Oh, being kind to each other. That's all. Being kind to each other. Migi simche tanayas. You don't have to look. You have choice. You don't have to look. When you decide to look, someone else Changshi Chambe Sujitas. Look at that person honestly, sincerely, with loving kindness, compassion. Why? You get immense benefit. That's why. That's why. Changshi Chambe Sujita. Tedani la tene das. Based on that one individuals, you could learn so much. You could learn patience, you could learn loving kindness, you could learn compassion, you can not just learn, you can practice. That's why. There's possibility that you may become enlightened based on that person, Simje namda jawale another core. Simje namda jawale. Simje means sentient beings, normal beings. Jawa means enlightened beings that we consider something very holy. You know, when you look at, you go like this. When you see somebody, you don't go like this. Or you don't like, oh, I don't like the way you look. That's what we do. Simje namda jawale sanje chudu jawalas. Your enlightenment is very much dependent on sentient beings, living beings, and enlightened beings. Equally, enlightened beings and the living beings play equally important roles. Make sure that you understand that. Simjananda Javala, Sanjay Chudu Javala, Jala Krishings. We respect all the holy beings, all of that we respect. Shantideva said he don't understand why we don't respect each other. Why we don't respect each other. Shantideva said he don't understand why we don't respect each other. Mutual respect, mutual kindness, compassion, love, these are all good things. It will benefit us. That's why it will benefit you. It will benefit you. It will benefit you. It will benefit you. So see, you are like fruit tree. What do you need? You need water. You need fertilizers. Compassion is that. Compassion is like fertilizer. It's like water. It will nurture the seed. The seed, fundamental, according to Buddhism, what we call Buddha natures. Fundamental nature of every living being is something wonderful, something as a beautiful, something good, but it's like covered under the layers of dirt. See, a piece of diamond covered under the layers of dirt you cannot see. It does not mean it's not there. It is there. It needs to just to discover. Buddha in the fundamental Sanjay Gelek, Buddha nature, Sanjay Gelek. Fundamental nature of every living being has, every living being, in America, how you say, every living being has shot. Yeah. Every living being has a shot. That's how you say in America. That's how you say. Has a shot. So I don't know what that means. But I don't know what that means, but that's how you say in America. That's how you say in America. Every living being has equal shot. Shot? Yeah, shot. Chance or shot, I'm not sure. It's like that, that's how they say the people in Texas, I'm not sure. Very important. Diamond hidden beneath, that diamond needs to be discovered. See, that's why life is precious. That's why life is precious. Boat, all of that, okay? So just want to share. And this is also good to say, I am happy. Don't always say I'm not happy. Don't always say I'm not happy. Yeah, of course you can say I'm not happy because my English is not perfect. I could make my life miserable easily, Yeah. Once in a while it's good to say I am happy because of this and this and this and this and this. There's so many reasons. You need to guide yourself. You need to train yourself. I am happy because of this and that. So, as we discussed last Sunday, what is happiness? What is happiness? Is a concept, is a mind, is a mindset, is idea, or is stuff? What is happiness? What is happiness? Or drinking butter tea is happiness? Hard to say, hard to say. For Tibetan people, it's happiness, maybe hard to say. No? Yeah, so, you know, we need to guide ourselves on a daily basis. We need to guide ourselves, oh, I am happy. Or maybe do something that makes you feel important and makes you feel that your life is meaningful. As I mentioned last Sunday, my present and my survival is very important because there's a bunch of bird in my backyard. Birds in backyard. I feed them all the time. I give them water. I clean their water. They take bath. When they take bath, when I look during my prayer, when I see, oh, take their bath, so then I kind of feel good. Oh. Then during the daytime, I change the water again. I make sure they get a little cold water there. I put some cold water there. So I thought, oh, my life is making somebody's lives. I'm not sure about here at the Kadampa Center, but definitely at my backyard. You know, so backyard, I see, you know, my the bird, they have food all the time. They have food all the time. And they have water all the time. Then rabbit comes, then I give them fruit. So when they eat the fruit. So that's one interesting I just want to share because that happened yesterday or day before yesterday while I'm doing my prayer. Each time when I walk around, when I see the one fruit on the ground from my persimmon tree, it makes me kind of like, you know, upset. The fruit, in my mind, is waste. The squirrel, they just take the fruit, they don't eat, they just drop there. I cannot use, he cannot use those. So I thought that's waste. So I kind of discovered my upsetness is coming from the idea of that food is waste. So yesterday, I've been walking around, so the rabbit is eating the rabbit. One rabbit is eating. I thought, oh, kind of makes me feel good. So then I realized, okay, maybe the waste to me doesn't mean it's completely waste. But that's what I think, what I believe is completely waste. Now it turns out it's not completely waste, there's somebody else eating. So then there's something to feel good about. So then I realized, oh, maybe this is just an example. There's so many things in life that I think is horrible, may not be horrible. It's just I need to just change my perceptions. You know, so there are so many things that I think is negative. Maybe it's not negative. It could be positive. Who knows? Could be positive. You know, so it's just looking at from the different angles. So that piece of fruit on the ground, I used to see as a waste, and that's why I get upset. So now, yesterday, perception changed. When I see the rabbit eating that, that's, oh, in my mind, I should be careful. In my mind, when I see the waste, does not mean waste. It could mean, you know, maybe like, say, hallucination. So see, anyway, so I'm going to stop here. So sorry, so time is over now. So then see you next Sunday.
The Gold Prayer Book, turn to page 246. And if you have the white binder, just turn to the back of that sheet that says Kadampa Center Prayers, and we'll read the dedication from Master Shantideva, 246. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. I'll turn to page 244 and 245, and we'll read the short, long life prayers. First, the one for His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. And then on the facing page, the one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on bliss and void, Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. And then back on the other side, you uphold the Subduru's moral way, who serve as a bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjudak's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, save for myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And then 7 green Taurus mantras for Geshe and Geshe Sangpo's long, healthy, happy life. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Just a couple of quick announcements. First of all, I hope you all enjoyed this morning. I'm sure you did. We're continuing, as Geshe has been doing for many, many years on Sunday mornings, teaching us about making our minds happy and our lives meaningful. And we're beginning today with doing this within the structure of a great text that has a lot of tips on how to be happy, and that is the 7-Point Mind Training by Geshe Gelek. So Geshe is going to be teaching within the context of that text, and we're going to have a book available if anybody wants to just be referring to that book. So I hope you will be enjoying that. I also need to make an announcement on behalf of the family program. And as you know, that the family program runs for the children at the same time that Geshe is teaching here in the Kadampa. And I'm making the announcement on behalf of the program because the leadership in that program is in the other rooms teaching our children. So they're inviting you, if you like kids and are looking for a way to share your joy for the Dharma and help build a strong family community, the family program is inviting you to join our volunteers. Our next sort of formal session begins September 2nd and will run until Thanksgiving. And each volunteer who participates as a leader in these classes commits to 3 Sundays during those months. So it's not a real heavy commitment. And there's going to be a kickoff meeting in 2 weeks at 5:30 on that Sunday. And you'll learn all about the curriculum and how to be involved as either a classroom leader or classroom assistant. So they also provided, you might have seen on a lot of the seats this morning, this little FAQ on how to, what's involved in helping with the family program. So that'll give you a few answers, and also how to contact Christy or anybody else in the program if you're interested in helping with the Sunday morning family program. And then Elise has a quick announcement.
I'm Elisa, the Outreach Program, and we have an eyeglass drive occurring that's going to be only one more Sunday to bring your used old prescription eyeglasses in. They were going to be distributed to patients for free at a free healthcare day that's going to happen in October. And last year, they were able to fit over 45 people with donated eyeglasses, matching them. So your contribution really makes a difference. And then the love notes, we've delivered almost 2,000 love notes to people that receive Meals on Wheels. Thank you. Rejoice in your merit, because every note has fed the heart and soul of some lonely person whose only contact with the outside world is a meal being brought to their door. So thank you. And we're doing a final sweep. If you have some at home, please bring them in by next Sunday, and we'll get them delivered as well. And then some coming attractions. Outreach Program is going to team with the Children and Family Program for Adopt a Stream. That'll be coming up, so watch for announcements. And we're going to have a next interfaith prayer service in the first Sunday in October, and the theme is Blessings of the Earth. So watch for details. Thank you.
And more. There's more. There's always more. I forgot, this is the first Sunday of the month, which means we have our orientation for newcomers who want to, with Q&A. Julie, can you stand up so people know who to search down? And she'll be meeting with you in the back of the Kadampa when we all clear out. And then Family Dharma Camp is coming up shortly, and the registration closes tomorrow. So get your registration in. Yeah, they need to know how many people are coming so they can plan for you.